Hey guys, welcome to Drive Steady. Today we're going to share our thoughts on the new Supra and ask Toyota to build a manual transmission Supra and give them reasons why they should do so. But before we get started, I wanted to take this time and thank everyone who watches our channel and subscribes to us. We appreciate each and every view, and we look forward to getting feedback from you guys so we can continue to make content that's relatable and interesting to our audience. On to the Supra then. So recently the media embargo was cleared and several reviews were released on the Supra, many of them being positive. Now we're not going to go much into detail because there's already a lot of information out there on the Supra, but from a really high level, the Supra is basically Toyota's most popular sports car and has recently gone through this boom in popularity with the 4th generation or MK4. With a lot of demand to bring the Supra back, Toyota has partnered with BMW to build the Supra. So here it is, the Supra's back. It's basically a Toyota with a BMW engine and a bunch of other BMW parts. Many Supra purists don't like this move by Toyota, but we think it's actually a great idea. And that's because BMW has been building straight six engines for a very long time. And that's what the Supra has, is a BMW straight six engine with a turbo on it. And besides, why are we killing Toyota for doing this? What about all the other manufacturer partnering that's been going on in the past? For example, when I think back at the C4 ZR1, it's a Corvette with a Lotus engine. The Corvette is just as legendary as the Supra, and many Corvette fans love the C4 ZR1. And another one is a Mercedes McLaren SLR. It's another amazing co-developed car. You see, the whole idea is to take what a manufacturer does best and use it instead of reinventing the wheel. The reason this is done is because, one, it would cost too much to develop a product that's as good or better than what is already considered the best. So Toyota would have a really difficult time and spend a lot of money trying to build a straight six as good as BMW does it. And second, it would take too much time. So when you combine cost and time, it becomes a pretty unsuccessful or unfavorable equation for Toyota. I know I went off on a little tangent there, but getting back to the topic, and that is that Toyota needs to put a manual transmission in the Supra. Here are our 5 reasons why we think that should happen. Number 1, there's a demand for it. Buyers are already bummed that the Supra is not going to come in a manual and is only available in an automatic. And besides, it's a true sports car. It doesn't have back seats. There should at least be an option for a manual. The BMW straight six with a 6-speed transmission would be something special. Imagine this, a smaller M4 coupe with no back seats and 300 less pounds. How much fun would that be? Second, it's competing with cars that offer a manual transmission. Cars like the Cayman, the Boxster, the Corvette, and the BMW M2. But when you consider power, weight, and size, the true direct competitor is the Porsche Cayman. With that, there's a huge opportunity there because the Cayman comes with a 4-cylinder that people basically hate. Considering that the Supra has a straight six, and if Toyota was to offer it with a manual, cross-shoppers between the Cayman and the Supra would choose the Supra. I know we would for that reason alone. Third, the car was manufactured with a manual transmission in mind. The Z4 chassis can fit a manual transmission. BMW offers the Z4 in a manual outside of the United States. It wouldn't be a bad idea to pair the BMW straight six with a BMW 6-speed, as BMW shifters are usually notchy and have a great feel. It would be a nice driving experience for an enthusiast. Fourth, they could put it in a higher performance trim, much like Porsche does with the GT3 and like Aston Martin did with the new Vantage. They created a limited edition model AMR that comes in a manual transmission. That'll at least give the buyers an option. Hey, sure, maybe they'll have to pay a premium for the higher trim, but I believe that buyers would be willing to pay that extra price for admission. And lastly, and probably most compelling, they should build it with a manual because numbers don't really matter anymore. And I know you're gonna call me crazy, but hear me out. What I mean by this is if you put a manual in it, it probably won't get to 60 as fast as it does with an automatic, or it won't set the fastest lap records. But consider this, most regular cars now have close to over 500 horsepower and get to 60 in less than 4 seconds. I couldn't believe it the other day. I was on the BMW website and the new 750i, you know, the one with the humongous kidney grills, has 523 horsepower. 523 horsepower, and it gets 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds. This is a 4,500 pound, 4-door, somewhat limousine sedan. That's just totally ridiculous in my mind. And next, I haven't really heard of people harping about Nürburgring times and my car is faster than yours on the track. Most manufacturers aren't even releasing lap times anymore, let alone testing their cars on the track. A manual transmission is something that's tangible, something that can be enjoyed every day. How often are you going to go 0 to 60 in 3 seconds on the street? Or how often you're going to take that hard turn into your residential street at 80 miles per hour before you put yourself in danger? So for these 5 reasons, Toyota should build a Supra with a manual. Do you agree with our list? Do you want Toyota to build a manual Supra? Share your comments down below and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with our content. Till next time, drive steady.